As I slowly opened my eyes, the fluorescent lights above me pierced through my brain like 1,000 needles. I was met with an unfamiliar ceiling, and my mind struggled to recall how I ended up in this place. The last thing I remembered was working on my latest novel in my small, cluttered apartment. I tried to sit up, but a sharp pain shot through my head, forcing me to lie back down. A faint memory of a loud noise and a bright light flashed before my eyes, but it was too hazy to grasp. I looked around, taking in my surroundings. I was in some sort of laboratory, surrounded by sleek, silver equipment and rows of computer screens. The air was sterile and cold, and I could hear the soft hum of machinery in the distance. A figure in a white lab coat stood by the door, watching me with an expressionless face. I tried to speak, but my voice was hoarse and barely audible. The figure approached me, holding a small device in their hand. "Welcome, Eliane," they said, their voice devoid of emotion. "You've been asleep for a while. My name is Dr. Kim, and I'm here to help you." I tried to ask her what I was doing there, but she just smiled and said, "You'll remember soon enough." As the days passed, I grew stronger, and my memories began to return. I was a writer, known for my dystopian novels that often explored themes of freedom and control. But I had also made some powerful enemies. People who didn't take kindly to my critiques of the totalitarian regimes. One person in particular came to mind, a ruthless dictator named Arlo, who had a personal vendetta against me. Dr. Kim told me that I was in a secure facility, protected from Arlo's agents who had been trying to capture me for years. But as I explored the laboratory, I began to feel a sense of unease. The security measures were extreme, with retinal scanners, motion detectors, and guards patrolling the corridors. I felt like a prisoner, not a guest. One day, as I was working on my latest novel, I received a message from an unknown sender. It was a simple text, but it made my heart skip a beat. "Meet me in the East Wing at midnight. Come alone." I knew it was a risk, but I had to know who was behind the message. That night, I snuck out of my room and made my way to the East Wing. The corridors were deserted, and the only sound was the soft hum of the machinery. I reached the designated meeting point, and a figure emerged from the shadows. It was a woman with piercing green eyes and long, curly hair. She introduced herself as Maya, a former ally who had been working to bring down Arlo's regime from the inside. Maya told me that she had been sent to extract me from the facility, to take me to a safe location where I could continue my work without fear of persecution. But as we made our way through the corridors, avoiding guards and security cameras, I began to feel a sense of doubt. Was I really in danger? Or was this just a ploy to control me? We reached the exit, and Maya handed me a small device that would disable the security systems, but as I looked at it, I felt a pang of uncertainty. Was I ready to give up the safety of the facility, to risk everything for the sake of freedom? And then, I saw Dr. Kim standing behind us, a look of concern on her face. "Eliane, don't do it," she said, her voice firm but gentle. "You're not ready. You're still recovering from your ordeal." I looked at Maya, and then back at Dr. Kim. I realized that I had been wrong all along. The facility wasn't a prison. It was a sanctuary, and Dr. Kim wasn't my captor. She was my protector. I turned to Maya and said, "I'm sorry, I'm not going with you." Maya's face fell, and she turned to leave. As I watched her disappear into the shadows, I felt a sense of relief wash over me. I had made the right choice. But at what cost? I looked at Dr. Kim, and she smiled, her eyes filled with a deep understanding. "You're safe now, Eliane," she said, "but you have to trust me. There's more to this story than you know." And with that, she turned and walked away, leaving me to ponder the mysteries of the facility, and the true nature of my captivity.